I was just asking Coach Norvell, watching him pregame. Darius seemed to be more animated than usual. Like, it looked like he was trying to get guys fired up, but then he has a mistake. It looked like on the false start. I don't know if it's a communication thing, but just that group, and Maurice had a couple issues in that game too. It just are those guys? It feels like those guys should be the group that the offense maybe leans on because they've played so many games and started so many games. What do you think's giving them troubles? I know you've had different guys in and out of the lineup, but those guys have played so much football.
That's the general deal is with the O-line is because it's the only unit on the field, so the unit gets the bulk of no matter what happens or what player is having a struggle, it'll be always blamed on the unit, which is where we want it because we don't want to isolate it. But Darius on the false start was a tempo play that we used to go a little bit faster. DJ saw it looking, he tried to change it after already calling for the cadence, so that kind of stalked Darius a little bit, so you had that miscommunication. But I thought Darius responded because he's a little bit healthier as well. He went down and didn't play in the Memphis game and came back last week, started to show little signs, and now he was feeling a lot better for this week, and it showed in his play because the unit didn't perform the way it needed to, but he had a better game. He blocked better. He protected better. So, him, and then like Jeremiah, this was his first game back. I plan on playing him about 40% of it just to kind of get him back going. He protected better. Still has some struggle in the run game, but playing high because of the type of injury that he had, so his hands got high. So he got 2 holding calls, which exposed, killed 2 drives. So that's also understanding that, hey, you're not healthy, but you still can't have those kind of flaws and fundamental mistakes. And also I thought where we struggled is with the guard positions. And that's why that opens up that competition for those young guys to create that opportunity. So you do see the oars coming in because, hey, you got to get that job done. So I thought in protection, the tackles did fairly well. Mo had the bad snap trying to rush because I thought they had a good beat on timing of inside pressures with the double A gaps. So one time he rushed the snap trying to get over. The next time he didn't. He tried to make sure the ball got back there. The guy had a good jump, and he almost came clean free to create a pressure in the A-gap on an obvious passing situation. So that kind of threw him off of it, and I got to do a better job of giving him obvious pass cadence help. It can't be the same cadence from the base down because when you're an obvious pass and they're not necessarily worried about, you got long yards, everybody in the stadium know you're passing the ball. They're not worried about containment. They're trying to go get it. You got to give them a little bit of advantage of it, whether it be changing snap count, going on a freeze, or double clap, anything that you can do to try to get them advantage when you're having to snap the ball and go to an A-gap rusher with the power deal. And then on the other pressure was a pirate where they did a 3-man loop, and I thought the guard set too wide. So I was disappointed in Ferguson, where I said the left guard position in pass protection, the right guard was more run game. So that creates the competition. So that's why you saw Otto Estes got in there. Otto got in there. So it's still trying to find the best 5 out there because if one mistake happens on the inside, the O-line looks bad. You know what I mean? So it's just really putting guys in there who's showing improvement. But I think as Darius has gotten healthier, JB is starting to take them steps to get healthier and play more plays. That does assist in getting us back to what we think we should be.
How would you assess Brock's play in the 3 or so series he had? And I guess what's the confidence level in if he has to play or if he starts this week? Yeah,
I mean, we have a lot of confidence in Brock. It's not like a lack of confidence in Brock, but Brock has also been taking the steps to show his command. It's still a responsibility to show when you do this, you can do it. And so he's still growing at his deal. I thought last year he got dealt a raw deal, and sometimes people they underestimate confidence when you put a guy in almost an impossible situation with him missing most of your last year and having to come in at a critical part of the season and kind of stepping up and not probably having this early success that he wanted to have, and also being injured as well. So I think growing and building it the right way of understanding what's best for the individual versus panic mode and trying to just come up with things like what's the best to give him the confidence and to be able to go perform where if he does perform, he gets the success level need to still grow and things like that. Because I've seen a lot of deals go bad if you're not caring for the individual success and the individual growth, and you can take a step backwards if you're not fully ready for that.
Coach, 3 interceptions, 3 fumbles that you guys recovered. What's been the culprit with some of the ball security issues for the team so far this year?
Yeah, I think the main thing is pressing, trying to, the same thing I talked about before, you don't have to, sometimes ending a drive with a kick is not a bad deal if you have to do it, but if you force and you try to stress or you're trying to get that extra yard and you forget about your ball security issues, that usually equates to what happened with that game last week. And where you go from a season where last year you had 4 on the season and now we're surpassed that by so much, that's the reality of what those scoreboards are going to look like if you give the other team the ball in those possessions. So we have to understand that it doesn't change the level of success that you need on one play doesn't affect the next play, no matter what circumstance you're in. Just do your best for that one play. You don't have to go get it all back on that one play. So if we're rolling out, trying to make a play, undercuts it. LT carrying the football, trying to go get that extra because he wants to rush for this many yards, and now they rally to you. They start stripping a little bit harder and being aggressive to the ball. And having that understanding that get was there, strain, and then play the next play. And you're not going to get it all back on one play. So we got to do a good job as coaches for them still understand that mindset to see it from our point of view in that and not as the world point of view where it's all on you, you know what I mean? And I think, that'll help some of those issues.
I'm sure in your playing days and coaching, obviously, your first couple of years here, you've seen teams that have lost games and gone through those, just the emotional toll of that. When you're watching these guys and what they're going through right now, are you paying closer attention than you normally would? And what are you seeing from just how they're handling what's going on this season?
Yeah, it's always different with each team. I was on that field when, we got booed and lost on a Hail Mary and I've seen it pretty much all throughout my span of my career of the ups and downs, the ever flows and all that kind of good stuff. It's just really, this is why you do it, to see those overcoming moments. But it's also, and you hate to say it, sometimes this is the best lessons that they learn in their careers and performances. I think walking off the field with some disappointing things. I remember, 21 and 20 and 3-game slide in 22 that's not talked about from losing out there on that field 3 times or twice. And then to go through those painful moments and really stress, okay, who am I during success and adversity? Because you see both ways of it. Like you play a little bit better and now you think, now I might let up, and then bam, you get hit in the face again. Oh, I'm not playing very well. Oh, I got to stress. I got to play better. Bam, you still getting. So it's, can you handle success just as well as you handle adversity? And I think we're getting challenged like that because a lot of these guys on this team were able to have that success without necessarily being in position where you were the one with the reason why we were having the success. You still was a part of it and great of it, but now it's on you whether that happens or not. So understanding I got to be able to attack and find my process through the adversity and success, and I got to be the same all the way through, is a learned behavior.
With some of the issues Kyle's having with drops, is that confidence issue in your estimation? And then I guess kind of following up on that, when a player performs well in practice and you guys see them perform well in a certain area and it doesn't translate over to the field, like how do you rationalize that as a coach of, I guess, how do you grade value practice versus performance in game moving forward?
Yeah, because he caught a good catch on a seam route, so, your confidence grows when you see him doing that, and he was contested there, so you come back to a play that was wide open, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't thinking in the moment. I'm pretty sure it was a here it is again moment for him. And as we talking about mentally, because I saw him make a difficult catch there, and I was just watching even the film from the past years of him making those difficult catches against the team we were going to play last year, of those times when he had to make contested catches. But then on that same route, same deal, mind can go, oh, man, here goes the hot, instead of just doing the routine thing you've always done. But I don't believe he's going out there saying, I'm going to mess this up and I'm going to let this thing hit me in the face. And I don't think that's the plan. But it's our job as the coaches to not only inspire. Now, we got to put people in position that's going to make plays. That's our job. But we also have to instill belief and confidence, because that's what we're here for also. So it's not just, hey, F you, you ain't, that's not our plan of approach, because he's still going to be needed at a point. There's still going to be a point in time where Cal Morlock will make a great play or a good play for us, and we're going to need him to be that. So I won't say confidence, but also just one play, one moment. Don't let the other moments affect the next moment. And each play is its own play. And I think as we continue to try to press that for him, hopefully we see the improvement.
It does seem like there's moments there where plays are called correctly. There's things that are open, but it's seemingly a different. It's a running back missing an assignment. It's a receiver missing an assignment, et cetera, et cetera. So, can you hold up the mirror at this point in the season and show these guys, we're dialing this up. It's open. It's there. There's a misassignment. There's a misassignment. Or do you guys have to keep taking accountability as coaches and insulate the players from taking some of the shots of what's going on wrong right now?
Yeah, as coaches, we're always going to stand up, stand tall, and take accountability for everything that's happening. That's where that phrase comes if you're coaching and allowing it, because in protection of the player, especially in college football, we want to be the ones self-accountable, the old school. You know, I'm a man, I'm 40, you know what I mean? Like, we want to be the ones that it's on us to however it's going, and we're going to take full accountability. But in these walls and in these rooms, it is a joint accountability of what needs to take place for success. So the conversations we're having in those rooms are always going to be challenging, and this has to happen and things of that nature. So that's why I still love the game of college, because, like, at the end of the day, anytime it's a bad run play or a bad protection, the O-line is going to take the blunt of it, which I think the O-line maturity level has always been they can take that heat a lot more than some skilled players can. But in reality is sometimes we miss the protection assignment with the back. Sometime on the goal line play, we didn't get the defensive end, and he makes the play, but they were, oh, the O-line, you know what I mean? Like, so it does give them a little protection so they can work on their things. But when we get in these walls, oh, absolutely, it is a group accountability of what we all need to do to make sure we're finding success that we're looking for. And this has to happen, or you're still going to have this internal feeling that you're having. So you have to learn the lessons of that feeling, because you have a little success the week before. How do we handle that success? And that showed up there. So that's how we handle success right now. How are we going to correct it? Or you're going to find that great, deep disappointment. Now, how are you going to handle that? So it's learning each step as you go.
Clemson's defense seems like it's a typical Clemson defense.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of a challenge? And if you do plug in some of those young guys, you know, that are trying to earn playing time,
oh, yeah,
are you concerned about that going up against that kind of defense?
Well, no, I mean, the first thing it starts with preparation is yourself. You know, of course, we have to plan and the things we're going to see and present the looks that, you know, they're going to be multiple on defense. They're fast, physical, strong. They've always have been. I remember in 22 we played them and we rushed for a lot of yards. We still lost the game. I remember last year we played, we didn't rush for anything. We won the game. So you're still going to have your different challenges that they present, and that's why they always have been good on defense there. But also, it doesn't matter how good they are if we're not making sure we're in good shape to go match it up. If we're not making sure we got the best players out there to give us the best opportunity and we put them in the best position. So it starts with a self-evaluation as we're game planning for the defense. But yeah, I mean, you're playing against probably one of the best front sevens in our conference. So you definitely got to make sure you put in the mindset of leverage, angles. You know, the Peter Woods kid is an amazing player. You know, I think he's going to be back. So it's really just the balance of ourselves in the building versus the plan versus the angles and leverage we need to create to go have success against a good defense.
Coach, we asked Coach Norvell about this on Saturday, but what happened from your perspective on the two runs from DJ in the second quarter when you guys didn't score?
Yeah, the first one was a quarterback run to the outside. We had a block leading on the safety from LT. I think he just kind of hit it inside. DJ hit it outside. That guy made the play. On the second run, we had a quarterback run, G-pull, and they had two basically to the call. Tight end got confused, didn't block the defensive end. He came unfree and tackles in the backfield. So but just two missed assignments from guys who have been reliable in making assignments. So as you talk about accountability person, but okay, is there something I could have done differently where maybe that could have been clearer to them, where they didn't have to think, or I could have got rid of that guy, or I could have motioned the guy. So that's why I said accountability take both sides. So we got to be better in those moments of making sure that if they are missing something, then did I make it clear enough? But also, if it's clear enough, you still have to go execute in the moment. So it's that balance and partnership to go get the success we need on both of those plays.
Sorry, just last week you guys kind of found some rushing success, and this week you guys kind of went backward. What happened with the run game on Saturday against SMU?
I really was critical on our communication and ID, starting from the middle. I thought they did a good job of disguising some things, but I thought overall it wasn't terrible, but we missed some opportunities in it where we could have had some big plays. And number two is I thought we got to be better at our guard play. You know, that's just the reality of it. We got to be better and more consistent at those two spots to have the success we need at the run game. I don't think it's a lack of effort or trying or anything like that, but we have to play better at those positions in order to have the run success that we need. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.